La Hotel Rose by A.J. Bordzhe, narrated by Stephen Lowe. Adam walked down the street in the entertainment district as the usual evening revelries began to spring to life. Vendors and barmen called to him as he passed, encouraging him to come and have a meal and drink. While music and shouting seemed to arise from every doorway, Adam purposefully edged through the gathering crowds in the street, determined to get home. Several women tried to hand him paper advertisements, which he dismissed holding up his briefcase and the Pharaoh Dozier, implying that his hands were full at the moment. He was just passing a gambling hall, bearing a large sign promising the best odds in town, when he felt a sharp tug on his briefcase that caused him to spin a full 180 degrees around. He found himself face to face with a man in a straw hat, who had hooked the handle of his briefcase with a cane. "Hello there, partner. Where are you going in such a hurry?" the man asked in a strong French accent. "I'm fine. Thank you. I don't want any," Adam said. The man laughed and slapped Adam on the back. "But you don't know what it is yet." "Although you should. It is very famous." "But where are my manners?" "My name is Jean-Pierre Boyer, and this is my establishment, La Hotel Rose." Jean-Pierre waved his hand in the air in front of a dingy old brothel, as if he was doing a magic trick. Adam's shoulders relaxed as he stared up at the place. "It's a whorehouse," Adam said incredulously. No, it's the most famous Hotel Rose, known far and wide for our cleanliness. And, customer service?" Jean-Pierre said, eventually finding the words he wanted. "No, really," Adam said before he was cut off. "Come on, my friend. You are shy, but you will not regret it. Just come and meet these girls. They can't be as bad as this tired old puss," Jean-Pierre said as he suddenly reached out and grabbed the Pharaoh Dozier from Adam's arms. "Hey!" Adam started again, but Jean-Pierre tugged the briefcase again with a force that sent him spinning through the swinging salon doors of the Hotel Rose. Adam landed on his back, and his briefcase slid across the floor of the entranceway. He looked up to see several scantily clad women standing over him, some giggling, and others a little shocked at this abrupt entrance. Adam leapt to his feet, pushing aside a few women who tried to help him up. He looked around to find his briefcase in the hands of one of the girls, who shook it teasingly. She giggled, and then ran off down a pink-carpeted hallway. He tore after her as she sharply dipped into a doorway. Adam ran into the room after her, and the door slammed behind him. Adam woke up the next morning to an empty bottle of wine, and the girl now naked and lying in the bed with him. He noticed his clothes in a heap on the chair on the other side of the room. Had it really been so easy to seduce me? He thought. Adam got up from the bed, and the young woman stirred as he did so. "You're an early riser," she mumbled playfully, still with her eyes closed and her hair in her face. "Where are you off to so early in the morning?" she added. "I have to go home. I didn't plan any of this. I was stolen like a whole loaf of bread. Now my whole morning is off, and I have clients to see and work to do, and why am I telling you this?" Adam said, already panicking. "Geez, someone's a little grumpy in the mornings," the girl said, turning on to her other side to face Adam. "No, I'm not grumpy in the mornings. I just don't owe you an answer. You're nothing. In fact, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in love? Would you ever know romance if it ever came up and bit you in the ass? There's something low about what you do. It takes everything special about sex and reduces it to a monetary transaction. And the person it robs is you. You probably couldn't tell the difference between true love and a paying customer even if you tried." Adam ranted and losing his composure completely. "What was the last fun thing you did for you, huh? I'm sensing a great deal of protection. You only think I can't separate work from pleasure because you can't," the girl said, still with her eyes closed as if she was sleep-talking, still sound asleep with her mind half off in a dream. Adam couldn't find a response. He finished tying his tie, put on his hat, and took up his briefcase. He walked out of the room and fumed down the hallway to find Jean-Pierre. He found Jean-Pierre asleep at the front desk with a bottle of wine in his lap. Jean-Pierre was no longer sporting a straw hat, but had a cloth napkin tied around his head, and there was another young woman naked and asleep, leaning against the chair he was slumped in. The Pharaoh Dozier was happily lapping at a bowl of milk, sitting atop the desk next to where Jean-Pierre had propped his feet. Adam slapped a wad of cash against the desk, then wiggled it in front of Jean-Pierre's face. He woke suddenly and coughed. "So that's your game, is it? Bamboozle passers-by into coming in here, ply them with alcohol, and then demand they pay up afterwards?" Adam said angrily. "No, it's usually much easier than that. Most people just walk in. To be perfectly honest, I thought you might be gay. But hey, you know there is something weird about this cat. You know that?" Jean-Pierre said distractedly as he counted the money Adam handed to him. "He's the reincarnated spirit of the Pharaoh Dozier," Adam said with a shrug. He felt stupid as he said it out loud. "Nah, that's not it," Jean-Pierre said as casually as if he had heard it someplace else before. Adam pushed through the swinging doors with the cat under his arm, Jean-Pierre encouraging him to come again soon behind him. The street was now empty in the early morning. Only hours ago, the street was filled with crowds of people. Now there was only dust and dirt. Only hours ago there had been vendors of all kinds. Now only their garbage remained. Having missed those hours where people had quietly finished their evenings and one by one slinked home to digest and nurse hangovers. Adam felt as if they had suddenly vanished.